The format might be changing, but the likelihood is results will stay the same, and Celtic or Rangers, or maybe even both, will continue to get pummeled in Europe's biggest and finest competition. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Today, we're going to have a look at the projected Champions League pots for both Celtic and Rangers, or possibly just Celtic, or possibly just Rangers. We don't know who's going to win the league. We don't know if the second place team is going to qualify. Now, first of all, apologies for the ads. I don't know why footballscotland.co.uk has got so many fucking ads, but it does. Ads are popping up all over the place. Don't get me wrong, those Tesco sausages look pretty nice, but enough about that. Let's stop talking about the food and let's talk about, well, Celtic, Rangers. They could be food for the big teams. They could be feeding on the scraps, actually, because some of these pots are really, really difficult. But to me, the new Champions League format, it's almost took away the excitement of getting a group. I think that was one of the best things about the Champions League, where you would sit and watch the draw and you would hope that you could get a favourable draw, a favourable group. Because now it's pretty much like a free-for-all. You're not playing the same three teams. You're going to be playing 8 different teams, and it just doesn't really strike me as fair. I think with the new concept, you can definitely argue that you could get like a better team at home and the smaller teams away. I liked, however, with the previous setup, at least that you knew when you played 3 teams, you were playing those 3 teams home and away, so everything was fair. Everybody in that group had to play each other twice, home and away. So despite the 4 teams in the group not being at the same level, they all had the same chance of going through, technically, by merit. You know, they all had to play each other at home, they all had to play each other away, but now it's messed up. We've just got like one big league, one 36 team league, and you're not playing the same teams. You're not playing the same teams as everyone else. You're not playing the same teams home and away. You could get fucking Barcelona away from home, and then at home you're getting, like, let's say a Manchester City. It's not exactly fair. So I think the whole thing's messed up, but we will look at the pots. Hopefully this gets changed after a few years. Now, maybe I will like it. Maybe I'll say after seeing it, no, you know what, that was pretty good. That was interesting. That was fun. That was different. That was new. But in reality, all this does is it minimises the chances of upsets. If you thought it was difficult before for like a pot 4 team to get out of the group stages, you ain't seen nothing yet, because now with the 2 extra games and the fact that you can be getting a lot harder fixtures than other teams around you, it's just going to make it so much more difficult for the smaller teams to have a chance of going through. I don't like it. Yeah, and even it gives you more of a chance now for the bigger teams, because you only need to finish, I believe it is 26th or 27th to get a playoff spot. So it's something crazy like that. So I think it's 27th. If you finish like in the top 27 or something like that, you're going to be getting a European spot. It's crazy, a playoff spot to get into the next round. It's fucking mental. So yeah, I don't know whether I agree with this or not. I don't know whether I like this or not. But let's get into the groups anyway. So yeah, like I said, it isn't really groups, so I don't know why I keep saying groups. But here is pot 1 projected at the moment. Obviously, this can change depending on who wins their respective league. But right now, pot 1 would be Manchester City, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, PSG, Liverpool, Inter Milan, RB Leipzig, Borussia Dortmund, and Barcelona. So Celtic and Rangers, or one or the other, would be getting 2 teams from this pot. One of those games would be at home. One of those games would be away. So there you go. And also, I think another thing that is interesting about this, we've now not got that concept where you can't play, or you can't be in the same group as a team from your country, because it's just the one big table. Now, I still don't think you can play a team from your country, but this means that Celtic and Rangers, if they do both qualify, they'll be in the same group. So we could see Celtic and Rangers fighting to actually go above one another in the league table. That concept is cool. Yes, 100%. But other than that, that's probably the only thing I like about it. So there's pot 1. We go into pot 2. You got Atletico, Bayer Leverkusen, Juventus, Benfica, Atlanta, Arsenal, Club Brugge, Shakhtar Donetsk, and AC Milan. I mean, obviously here, there's just some teams that are way better than, like for example, Atletico Madrid here and Arsenal. They're probably the 2 standout teams. You've got Club Brugge, I think everyone would be hoping for. I think everyone would be desperate to get Club Brugge out of these games. And like I say, back with the home and away thing, if you're great at home and you're shit away, like let's say Celtic used to be great at home probably around a decade ago, especially under Neil Lennon. Even before then, Celtic used to be really good at getting results at Celtic Park, but couldn't get a result to save themselves away from home. Like that means that you would want to, arguably, you'd want to get the worst team at home because you're already kind of conceding the fact that the better team's going to beat you. But I mean, with pot two here, you could be getting Club Brugge at home, but then you'd be getting Arsenal away, and or should I say, get Club Brugge away and Arsenal at home. So like your chances of beating Arsenal, whether it be home or away, is pretty slim. And then you've got Club Brugge, who you would rather have the home advantage against, but you're not getting that because you've drawn them away. It's a weird setup. I don't agree with it. I think you should have to play the same team home and away, the exact same team, not two different teams. But I mean, whatever. Now both Celtic and Rangers are supposedly going to be in pot three. At the moment, it's Celtic that are in it, but if Rangers do qualify, the coefficient, suggests that they would also be in pot three. So you get two teams from pot three. Even though Celtic are in pot three, they still get two teams from this pot. So they would get either Feyenoord, Sporting, PSV, Dynamo Zagreb, Lille, Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, or Bodo Glimt. Obviously, one is at home, one is away. And then we move into pot four, where you've got Monaco, Sparta Prague, Aston Villa, Girona, Bologna, Stuttgart, Storm Graz, Stade Bretos, and AKE Athens. Now, it does look weird seeing Aston Villa in there, but fair play, because Unai Emery's done a great job, and Villa do deserve that fourth spot. Now, if Tottenham got it with Ange Postecoglou, I think they would deserve it too. Both Villa and Tottenham have been really good this season. Whoever gets that fourth spot will have earned it, and it will be. But I'd like to see Villa in there. I like Ange. I've got a lot of respect for Ange. I think he will go on and improve Spurs. I think Spurs will get better and better under Ange. Maybe we Aston Villa, they've capitalised this season with the other teams, like the likes of Chelsea and United, not being that good. What I would say is, I think with Ange, I believe that we will see Spurs in the top four at one point, whether it be next season or the season after. As my fucking alarm goes off at 10 o'clock, what can I do? Who sleeps to 10 o'clock? What a loser. Anyway, as I was saying, I do believe that Spurs will get into the top four with Ange Postecoglou. We Aston Villa, you kind of feel like this might be, their only season. If Aston Villa don't do it this season, the chances of them doing it next season when Chelsea and United get back to their best, I think, is slim. So I'd like to see Aston Villa do it. But there you go, guys. That is the pots and the new format for the Champions League. Look, we'll give it a chance. It might grow on me, but right now I'm just not a fan of it. I don't think it's fair. I don't like the way that you have to... I think even if they made it that you played the same four teams, so you get, instead of two teams from each pot, I think it would be better if you played a team from each pot, home and away, and then it was still 8 games. I think that would be fairer. But obviously they can't do that because you have 9 teams in each pot now, and that would leave an odd team out. So if you've got the two teams playing each other, that means there's going to be one odd team out from each pot that doesn't get an opponent. So, yeah. That kind of sucks, but there you go. They've tried this new concept. We will see if it works next season. I'm sure Celtic and Rangers will be more focused, though, on getting into this rather than, crying about the rules right now. So, yeah, will we see Celtic in it? Will we see Rangers in it? Or could we possibly see both in it? We will find out, guys, over the next month, and we will give you that all here on Fog Football. Till next time, peace.